Hello, Amber Jackson, first grade teacher here. So congratulations with the money raised in the auction. I'm thrilled because it provides me with yet another opportunity in putting a Promethean board in the first grade classroom, because the first grade classroom is where one belongs. Not only do I believe I'm most qualified, experienced, and capable of using this equipment to its fullest capabilities, but the students want one in the room. Now, how do I know I'm most qualified, experienced, and capable? Well, first of all, the 4 years before being called aboard to First Lutheran School, I was creating materials and curriculum specifically meant to be used in classrooms with Promethean boards and equipment of the like. Stepping into a traditional classroom certainly had its difficulties for me, in the sense that, and don't take this the wrong way, that I felt like I went back in time. I do believe my classroom management and use of time is rather excellent, but how much more excellent and efficient the first grade learning environment would be if we had access to one right in our room, and in a medium with which me and the students of today are most familiar. Additionally, here's a recent story for you. We recently had interim day at school. Mrs. Gall, Michelle, and Bill Nixon were kind enough to invite the first graders to the exotic animals and dog training presentations. Joining Bill Nix's session was a bit of a last-minute call, but I believe God's hand was at work here, because the teacher was overseeing the Promethean boardroom presentation in the elementary school building, stepped into Mr. Nix's session seeking for that teacher overlooking that room, in need of assistance with the Promethean board, and they were both like, send Amber. I gladly went, and voila, a couple of clicks and the session was in progress. Furthermore, last school year, I worked with some of the First Lutheran middle school students in connecting them with students overseas. Through this, I discovered the school had a projector. So, because I have been so acclimated to technology and its educational advantages, I asked Mrs. Gall early on this school year if, how, and when I could get access to that projector, since it was the next best thing to a Promethean board in the classroom. Nobody was ever using it, so it stays in my classroom. I plan with it, and I use it often. We sing Jesus songs on YouTube. The students really enjoy the 12 Disciples song. There are 12 disciples, Jesus called to help him. And they request it just about every time we sing. We learn phonics and read stories on starfile.com, and we interact lively on scholastic.com with our Scholastic News. Our social studies curriculum comes with CD-ROMs. But the students are so much more engaged when they actually get to use the buttons and click on the screen of the Promethean board. They love doing all of these sites with the projector in our classroom above using just the paper tools, but they long for the chance to use a Promethean board. Learning becomes a fun game to them, which piques their interest and automatically engages more of their attention and retention. The trick in today's society is that our students are coming to school leaving their DSs, computers, Wiis, TVs, and iPods at home, that we have to compete with that in our classrooms. Personally, I don't want to lose them. And quite frankly, I think my teaching talent is top quality, but I think it's even better when I can be in today's technical element, alongside the students' TGIF era. And by TGIF, I don't mean thank goodness it's Friday. I mean Twitter, Google, iPod, Facebook. Please tell me you know what all of those are, because we've got to cross over to our future. Of course, don't take my word for this. Listen to the students. I assure you, these are the honest thoughts and ideas from their own minds. All I had to do was say, what do you like about the Promethean board, and why do you think the first grade classroom needs one?
The reason I like the Promethean board is that it has super fun games. It's so neat, and it's so fun to play games on. I like the Promethean board because I like playing games that, we can play fun games on it. We can do math and play games. It has a bunch of games on it to play, and it's fun to play on. We can draw on it, we can do science, and we can get smarter. I like the Promethean bird because we get to play games and do stuff on it, because we get to play a lot of games on it and more fun. It has so many fun games, and I think it should be in the classroom so we don't have to walk everywhere and disrupt any other classes. It's kind of retiring to go walking all the way downstairs to go to the library. If we go down to the library and kindergarten's down there, we won't have to wait until they leave. We could just do it up here. We shouldn't walk around because we might make noise when we're walking downstairs, because maybe the band might be down there and we'll just have to walk back or somewhere and we don't have to disrupt the class. I think we should have the Promethean board so that we don't have to walk all around and then we won't have to waste time walking around in school time. And so I think that. And don't disrupt the band either. And what I learned about it is you get to have lots of fun. The reason I like it is because that I learn new stuff. Well, I learned how to do things, and I learned how to go on the computer and play these games. And it's just a big, big responsibility too. So you have to be really careful with it. I want to have it in here because I like to play a really fun game where we go onto these frog stuff. We have to put them on the pads. First grade class should get the Promethean board because we all have a very good time and it's fun playing games against each other, and we're all very good sport. I like the game where there's a game I really like where they give you the word at first and then they put snow on it, and then you got the number of the word and push the things on it. That's my favorite out of all of them. Where you go in a boat, and if you get something right, somebody's on the back of it. Somebody's on the back of the boat, and they're swimming with the boat. It's where you have to count by numbers, and it has 10 and 5s and 3s and 2s, and that's the one that I like the most out of all of them. I like the one where we go to this thing and we get in these dress-up rooms and we dress up into them to clothes, and then we try to spell a word, and then if you get it right, your team gets a prize. The one with this animal, and you try to get a number, and then if you get it wrong, then you I like the game where if we get a word white and if we get a word white on the Promethean board, and then the snowman gets stuff things on it. And that's my favorite thing on the Promethean board. And then these two guys try to chase after a camel. There's this camel one, and when you get one right, it goes a funny video, and I like those videos. And if you get them wrong, they do nothing, but I like when you get it right because it gets funny. Playing games on the computer and learning at the same time is fun.
In conclusion, please put a Promethean board in the first grade. You can take my word for all of this, but I think the kids do a good job letting you know what's up to. Learning can be fun.